Just say you feel the way that I feel. I'm feeling sexual. Like, that was a tune. But should I be listening to it? Hello guys, and happy 1st of September, you know, the best month. So silly. Everyone whose birthday is in a month says it's their best month, but yeah, it's the 1st of September. Where has this year gone? Nobody knows. But it is my birthday month, and soon I will be 31, which is kind of crazy. I've really enjoyed my 30s so far. It's taken a huge turn, a huge twist, and it just shows that God always answers your prayers, whether it's a yes or a no, he answers. But obviously we love a yes, and it's such a blessing to see God moving in that direction. Basically, all I asked God before I turned 30 was that I want my 30s, like, you know, from 30 to 40s, 30 to 40, like my 30s, these next 10 years to be different. I want to change. I want a brand new start in every area of my life, and I want it to be something I absolutely love, of course. And he has not disappointed to say it's only been 1 year. It's only been the first year of my 30s, and so much has happened already. So yeah, but this video, I'm not gonna go into that, but this video is basically what I've left behind, whether it's a personal thing, whether it's to do, you know, with my relationship with Christ, whatever, you know. It's just kind of what I've left behind. So yeah, 10 things that I've left behind in my 20s and I no longer do now that I'm in my 30s. So let's get going. These are in no particular order. So the first thing is listening. What I've left behind in my 20s is listening to secular music. You know, I never thought I'd stop listening to secular music. It was nothing like I ever thought was going to be something that I stopped doing, because generally speaking, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You know, growing up as a Christian, you know, you hear certain views and opinions like, oh, you shouldn't listen to secular music as a Christian, and you're just like, oh my gosh, calm down, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, some songs are deep, of course, and they have like strong meanings, obviously, because it inflicts emotion. So anything that can inflict emotion has a possibility to cause you to act in a certain way. But you know, a lot of the music I was listening to, some were a bit, you know, on the, you know, like club music side, which is probably why people be losing their heads in the club and having like one night stands, because the music has an effect on you, right? But yeah, a lot of the music I listened to weren't like really bad, I don't think. Maybe they were, looking back, I don't know, but it's not like there was like huge amount of cussing. Some like sexual stuff here and there. You know, like, I don't know what kind of song. Just say you feel the way that I feel. I'm feeling sexual. Like, that was a tune. But should I be listening to it? Anyway. So yeah, I didn't feel like a lot of the songs, because a lot of songs I liked were like Taylor Swift, like Shake It Off, Shake It Off, and just like general music that came on the radio. Although I feel like music that comes on the radio now are like really wild, to be fair. Well, I don't actually know, I don't listen to the radio, but when I started to come out of it, I was like, what kind of foolishness is this, you know? It's like there's no so I feel like back in the day, the radio used to blur out certain bits, certain words, certain phrases, you know what I mean, to keep it PG. Now I just feel like everything is just put on the radio regardless. So yeah, I never really thought I'd stop listening to secular music. I think it was just my relationship with Christ that made me feel sick when I heard it. Like, it just no longer made me feel good. It no longer enlightened me. It no longer lifted me up. It just wasn't doing anything for me. It was just quite natural. I just thought, no longer interested. Just like the club, basically. We could say the same thing about the club. Did I ever think I'd stop going to the club? No, probably not. But then God literally spoke to me. So you can't forget those kind of things when God's like, Why are you here? Why are you there? Right? But we're not talking about clubs. It's just something that I'm just showing you that just kind of came naturally as my relationship grew with Christ. And so I'm not saying it's bad if you listen to secular music. I'm just saying personally, it's not for me, and it's something I no longer do. I probably stopped listening to it for over a year now. Like, obviously, if I go to the shops, if I go to a family member's house, if I go to a gathering, if you know what I mean, like, I can't help the music's there, you know. Sometimes you'll hear like an old song and you're like, oh, you might jam to it a little bit, but in my own time, in my own space, in my car, in my house, we don't listen to secular music. So yeah, it's not something I do anymore. I'm not interested. Don't ask me what Chris Brown's latest song is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't listen to secular music anymore. I've left that behind. The next one, I really hope I don't go back on this one. But so far I've left it in my 20s, is wearing wigs. I haven't worn wigs since I turned 30, and I don't really know why. I just remember one day in this last year, I put it on and I just really did not like what I saw in the mirror, and so I just took it off. And then I think I just must have gone out with my normal hair or whatever. I just stuck a hat on, whichever one. And then yeah, about 3 or 4 months ago, I threw all my wigs away. I don't know what's wrong with wigs. Who the heck knows? I think it's just my time has passed now for wearing wigs, because I used to wear them every winter. So as it started to get to about, I'd say October, November, the wigs started coming out. But yeah, I just don't think I'm into wigs anymore, or into how they look on me anymore. It's just not for me. But I need to find a new style. I need to find a new style to replace the wigs, you know, because I do have my cameras, I do have my crochet, which I can do. I have my, you know, my large plaits. I have my tiny plaits that I do. My bun, my hair in a bun. I have the piece. We still love a piece. Don't get twisted. We love a piece, but not like a wig. You know the ones I used to wear as a hat. No more wigs. So yeah, I feel like because now wigs have gone, I need to try learn a new style to replace that. But yeah, wigs have been left behind. Something else that I've left in my 20s. Now this was probably left in my 20s in about my mid-20s. Like, I haven't done this for a very long time. But it's taking the numbers of males that are, you know, not my family, blood or married related. I don't do that, to be honest. Stopped doing that, like I said, probably about mid-20s, because I've probably been in a relationship over a year, maybe a year and a half at that point with my now husband. So, you know, I stopped taking numbers from guys, and to be honest, it wasn't helpful in any way. It didn't, like, there was no point to it. It added nothing to my life except trouble sometimes, because you'd be having a normal conversation with someone, and then before you say it, they make a reference of a kind, and before you know it, now you're in some sort of, you know, weird texting thing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I think it was best for me to just no thank you, absolutely not. So yeah, I don't take the numbers of men, of guys. Even if I knew you in the past, I will not take your number. But follow me on YouTube if you want. Or you can follow me on Instagram, but you're not gonna have my number. We're not gonna text, we're not going to have phone calls. It's not going to happen. Also, this is kind of like, I guess, a cliche kind of one, so be ready for it. It is allowing the opinions of others to affect my decisions and choices. Now, I would say personally, I don't tend to allow people to affect a decision I've made. I'm quite headstrong in that area. Like, if I said I want to do something, I'm going to do it, and I don't really care how you feel about it, because it's not affecting you anyway. So I don't understand why you're affected. But this is still something you learn growing up, and you know, I probably did learn this throughout my 20s, and it just kind of built and got stronger as I got towards my 30s. So yeah, if I say my favorite color is blue, and you turn around and say, oh my gosh, blue is such a boring color, or it's a boy's color, or you know, it's so boring, and you know, who cares about the color blue, I'll be like, cool story, bro. but blue is still my favorite color. Like I honestly don't care. Like it doesn't make any effect on me. Yeah, as long as it's not affecting anyone or hurting anyone, then I'm gonna continue with my choice and my decision. Although sometimes you can make a choice and a decision and someone has chosen to be affected by it or be offended by it or be upset about it, also not my problem. There's nothing I can do. My choice and my decision of having my favorite color as blue does not affect you, not one bit. If you've allowed it to offend you, unfortunately, it is a you problem, because there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's my choice and it's my opinion, which nicely goes on to the next point, which I've left behind in my 20s, is giving my opinions when either it's not necessary or it's not been asked for. That is definitely something I've left behind, because I just want peace in this lifetime. Yeah, I want peace in this lifetime. And I'm not interested in telling you, I don't know, let's say we go out, and I'm not interested in saying, you know, that dress you're wearing, yeah, it's not really something I'd buy for myself, or it's not something that you look good in, or something like that. I would never make that statement. The opinion is unasked for and it's unnecessary. Who does that help? Or, you know, why is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's different between just giving your general opinion on someone's outfit, rather than maybe you are going out with a Christian sister and you feel like, I don't know, her dress is like really short or something, I don't know, and you're saying, oh, you know, that dress is a little bit short, don't you think? You know what I mean? Like, modesty and all that. I guess that's a bit different, because you're holding your Christian sister accountable. But just outwardly saying to someone, don't really like your outfit, so what if you don't like my outfit? So what? I'm not saying I was that person before, but I'm just trying to say I'm not going to give certain opinions on things that are irrelevant. For example, let's say one of my sisters decided to adopt a child. Not like that would be a bad thing, but maybe let me say I don't think they have the financial capabilities to adopt a child, for example. I don't know. I'm not going to give you my opinion on that. I'll just say, oh, okay, I hope everything goes well. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting myself emotionally involved, emotionally invested. Everyone's adults in this lifetime. Do what you want. Although if you ask for my opinion, I'm definitely going to give it. But that's the difference in it. This is the whole point of giving my opinion when it's not necessary or it's not asked for. And it's just not asked for. If you want to adopt a child, then adopt a child. Do you know what I mean? I know you might be thinking, but then what about if they decide to date a drug dealer, for example? If you're my friend and you decide to date a drug dealer, I doubt we're going to be friends much longer. The thing is with me and where I am in my life, I don't have the time to try, or I'm not at that age to try get my friends to fit with me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to fit with me. I don't fit with many people anyway. You don't need to fit with me. It's just, if you don't fit with me, then it's best that we're just not friends, because, you know, you can just find someone else who fits with you and I'll find someone else who fits with me. I'm not gonna try change anyone or say no, don't do that, blah blah blah, because we ain't got the same morals and we don't have the same lifestyle. So what's the point of us being friends? So it would be very unlikely for a friend of mine to come to me and saying I've got a drug dealer, because I don't hang around with them kind of people. But let's say that happened, it's unlikely that we're going to continue to be friends, because now our basic lining of morality and just what you should and shouldn't do just don't even line up. Like, I'm too old for that, you know? I'm not going to try change anyone's mind or anything like that. No, I'll just give information. Don't get me wrong. I think in some situations, if you really care about someone, you will share with them some hard truths because they're your friend. You know what I mean? Like, you should have some sort of impact on their life. You know, you're not just there passing time. You're there to also have a good time with them, but to be a positive reinforcement and to grow with them, because we cannot just stay the same. We cannot have our same thinking. We cannot just live in our ignorance forever and ever and ever and ever. Amen. We have to grow, and because of that, you may end up outgrowing people. It's just kind of the way it is. But you have to bring value into my life, and I have to bring value into yours. I'm not just gonna sit there and just, you know, let you crash and burn. But if you do crash and burn, unfortunately, I'm not gonna sit around to watch. That's all. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, we're talking about unnecessary and unwanted opinions. Don't do that anymore. But if you ask my opinion, I will happily give it. That's it. So the next one is, I'm leaving behind that loud life. I didn't know what else to call it, but that loud life and the need to post everything. Although if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably already know that I'm quite quiet on Instagram. I just remember back in the day on Twitter, I'm telling you, if someone was trying to kill me, they would have killed me quick, because no matter where I was or what I was doing, Twitter knew. Twitter knew. Every second there was a tweet from me saying I'm here, and then I'm there, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm doing that, and then blah blah blah, and then blah blah blah. I think the most time now I'm really active on specifically Instagram is when I go on holiday. Because I love to post when I'm on holiday, but also I know it's something that I can use for content when I put my videos together on YouTube. But other than that, I don't really post much anymore. And again, it wasn't like I'm no longer going to post anymore. I'm going to be this, you know, quiet, secretive person. No, it wasn't like that at all. It just felt natural. I just don't have that urge or that feel or that passion, whatever you want to call it, to post everything anymore. I'm really happy with not sharing so much of my life every single day. Now, I do share a lot of stuff obviously on YouTube, but everything comes with a limit. And what I do share, I do hope that it makes some sort of an impact. Usually not like my vlogs where I'm just out and about, but definitely these sit down videos, or when I'm talking about specific information, I am hoping that it will make an impact or help you in some way, or just make you think, and so on and so forth. So I don't want that loud life. I'm not interested in going out every weekend. Obviously we're going way back because I haven't done this in a while, but going out every weekend, and not like I used to do that, but you know, when you're young you go out quite a lot. It's just one of them things, you know. I'm not interested in having my phone like going off every 2 minutes. I probably have like 10 contacts on my phone. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not interested in, you know, look at me, this is what I'm doing today, this is what I'm doing yesterday, this is what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not actually interested in all that anymore. I had that time was my 20s. I enjoyed going out and about and sharing every little thing. Even if you look back at my YouTube videos, you'll see that I used to post a lot in regards to what I did socially. So like every restaurant I went to, every event I went to, every birthday, I used to post a lot of that kind of stuff. And now if I told you I went out for a meal for Father's Day, I don't think I've got any footage to show you that actually happened. So it's just like, there's a lot of things that I do, or that it was my nephew's birthday, or, you know, there's a lot of things that go on in my life today that you're just not aware of because I just don't post it anymore. Right, we're gonna take a quick pause because my camera is dying. My camera is dying. I will be back to finish off the rest of my points. Okay guys, we are back. We have eaten, we are hydrated, we are ready to go. Moving swiftly on. The next thing that I no longer do, and I've left in my 20s. Again, this was probably around late 20s, but not that late. Like I'd say about 26, 27 that I stopped doing this, because I just realized how much of a waste of time it is, and that's scrolling on social media. I don't scroll on social media anymore. If I'm scrolling, I'm looking for something specific, but I don't sit, I don't scroll, I don't do that on any platform, not on Instagram, not on TikTok, not anywhere. It's just time is so precious, and I guess you get to know that more the older you get. When you're young, you think you've got all the time in the world, I guess, but to sit and scroll is such a waste of time. I just can't. So yeah, I don't waste my time scrolling. And normally when I do go on social media, it's usually to post something. It's not usually to see what everyone else is doing. Unless obviously it's on YouTube, because I watch YouTube videos, but other than that I don't just scroll and watch through pictures and videos and reels and shorts. I can't do it. Time is way too precious. Next thing is certain clothing that I've left behind. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a skater dress girl. I am a skater dress girl, but unfortunately I have had to leave. This is the one I'm probably most sad about. I've had to leave that behind, so I don't wear skater dresses anymore. And it's a mixture of a few things. It's a mixture of modesty, it's a mixture of keeping my husband happy, it's a mixture of dressing more to suit my age, because I am in my 30s now, and I just feel like just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to dress, or try dress more my age, and kind of have like a different style for my 30s. It's probably one of the things that I was hoping for coming into my 30s, that one of the things that I want to change, because, you know, I said I want my 30s to look completely different, you know, and I fully enjoyed my skater dress era in my 20s, but yeah, I want that to change. And also I don't wear crop tops. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a huge crop top person anyway, but I did have a few crop tops here and there, so I don't wear those either. I'm not really sad about the crop tops, I don't really care about that, to be fair. I just had some hand-me-downs actually, because I don't actually buy crop tops. But yeah, the skater dresses I have left behind. If it is a skater dress, it'll be longer, but you know, skater dresses are meant to be a bit more, you know, shorter, like a skater girl kind of thing. So yeah, I no longer wear certain clothing pieces. This one's a bit of a deep one. I think I might leave that till last. I'll skip to the next one. Inappropriate films and shows. So sometimes you'll be watching something and then BAM! It'll just come up in your face and it's too late. But I'm talking about, what's the word? Purposefully going to watch something that you know has like soft porn in it and stuff like that. Like I never actually ended up finishing Game of Thrones. At the time I was watching it on like, you know, those really like dodgy websites. Those really dodgy websites. And then I kind of got sick of trying to get onto these dodgy websites to watch it. And then by the time I was able to watch it normally, I'd already got to that point where I don't want to watch certain things. I don't want my mind and my eyes and my brain to be filled with certain things. So now I'll never see the end of Game of Thrones, for the simple reason that I just know there's a lot of, you know, sexual stuff in there. So yeah, I'm trying to be definitely more mindful of not just like the visuals, but also, you know, what you're hearing, like the cussing and all that kind of stuff. I can't stand it. I struggle to watch a Samuel L. Jackson film. I really do struggle, because he just, like, there's no other words. He knows no other word except swearing. So anything like, yeah, with swearing in it, or, you know, a lot of nudity, yeah, I've had to leave that behind in my 20s. I think that's definitely touching on a biblical point as well. You know, we're children of God. We have to, we're not the standard, but we're probably the closest to the standard people will see. And, you know, you shouldn't really be watching and engaging in that kind of stuff. So yeah, it isn't right at all. Personally, I don't believe Christians should be watching that kind of stuff, period. So yeah, that's something I have left behind. And then the last one is living for the enemy / devil. I have left that behind. I am not turning back. And it's not just about saying I love God, I believe in God. It's not that. Like, maybe that's how it started off at, when, you know, I gave my life to Christ over 10 years now. But as that grows, it's like, what does that look like? And what it looks like is actually making decisions, like intentional decisions, to try and mirror your life to look like Christ as much as possible. There's too many people out here saying I'm Christian, but you're all doing what the heck you want. Like, it just doesn't work like that. You know, there's some grey areas like the secular music and certain things you may wear, and, you know, whether wearing a bikini at a beach is okay and whatever. All these things you will be convicted with, but there's certain things that we just should not be doing as children of God, as followers of Christ. But we don't care. We just be doing what we want and then saying we're Christians. It doesn't work like that. God will spit you out. He said that. He will spit you out of his mouth, you lukewarm Christian. So I am definitely at a place where I'm so much more, well, definitely at peace. Like, I am so at peace, but just generally more happier with my life and what it looks like. So much has happened and so much has changed, you know. I love memories, you know. So I even love to look back on what I was like, what I looked like, the things I said, the things I wore, because it just shows you like how far you've come and how good God is. There's a lot of people that kind of want to get rid of their past like it never happened, like they've always been perfect. Yeah, well, who you trying to convince, bro? You was born into sin, so everyone already knows you're not perfect. So why not just admit the way you was, because that is your testimony. Your walk, where you've come through and how you was before to where you are now, is a testament to basically Christ. I don't know why I'm so tired, but took my breath away, I think. So definitely in my 30s, just, you know, more Christ-centered, Christ-focused, you know, foundation, choices and decisions, everything I do based upon what is right for me, what is in God's will. That's all that matters. People don't matter. Pleasing people really don't matter. People did not die on the cross for you. Christ did. I really need to invest in a new battery and a new memory card, because I just keep getting cut off every 2 minutes. But we're at the end now. But I was just saying, obviously people matter, but people don't matter in comparison to God. Actually, I had a scripture of the day today, and it's one of my favourite scriptures actually, because it's just like cutthroat. It says, Psalms 56 verse 11, "In God I trust and am not afraid. What can man do to me?" It's like, it's such a sassy scripture. It's like, there's scriptures that say it in different ways, because there's another one that says, it says something like, oh, I really don't remember at the top of my mind, but it's something like, mere mortals, like mere humans, what can mere humans do in comparison to God? And I'm like, yes, like how we put in man, right? Everything man does, everything man has, everything man has built is from the knowledge that God has given them. Like, we actually have zero power and we think we carry all this power. Like, we need to get over ourselves. We really need to get over ourselves. All the things you're only able to do is because of your creator. Don't ever get that one twisted. But anyway, so God is more important than everyone and everything, even my husband. God is number one. And so, you know, once you have your priorities straight, you know, because that's my priorities right now. That is my priorities. And I hope it, as time goes on, it becomes more and more of a priority. You know, Jesus said he came to bring the sword. So, you know, unfortunately, when you follow Christ, it is going to cause tension. And not just tension with other church members. It's going to bring tension right in your family home. You know, right with your mother, your brother, your sister, your father. It's going to bring tension and, you know, friends, you know, you have to choose. You can't have both. You cannot have it both ways. It has to be one or the other. Are you for God or are you not? And my 30s and going forward, it has to be for God. For God, that's it. What's my scripture on Instagram? Yeah, if God is for me, who can be against me? So if one of my, again, another one of my favorite scriptures is like, as long as I have God on my side, I don't really care who's against me. You can be against me, you can be for me, really doesn't make a difference to my life. because I have God, you know, because I have God. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to share with you some last few scriptures, just 3, which I'm going to take with me into my 30s. The first one is my favorite one. I've carried it with me through the time I knew this scripture existed. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Then we also have Psalms, well, I feel like that's self-explanatory, no? I can do all things through Christ, right? So there's nothing I cannot do as long as it's through Christ. And then we have Psalms 34:14, depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. Like, that is what I'm all about, is seeking peace, getting away from the drama, getting away from the noise, getting away from people wanting to fill stupidness in your ear. Like, I'm not interested. I am here to pursue peace, and I've already started that. God has helped me to already get onto that track of pursuing peace within my 30s. So yeah, I'm just pursuing peace out here. If there's somewhere that makes me uncomfortable, I'm leaving. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care too much about what you think about it. I have my own peace to pursue. Just think about when you're, you know, trying to get a job or whatever, and how you pursue that. That is how I'm pursuing peace. And then the last one is 1 Thessalonians 4:11-12. Make it your goal to live a quiet life, minding your own business. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I'm just minding my business. I am minding my business and working with your hands, just as we instructed you before. Then people who are not believers will respect the way you live, and you will not need to depend on others. That is a huge one for me. To be fair, I learned from a while that you can't depend on anyone. It doesn't matter how close they are to you. You can't actually depend on anyone, and I don't like depending on anyone. I think it first started with my hair, which I know is so random. The whole reason I learned to do my own hair is because I realized I couldn't depend on anyone. Not because it's their fault, but because everyone has their own life. So I want my hair doing, but there's no one available to do it. Well, don't blame them, blame yourself. So what I started to do in high school is learn how to do my own hair, so I didn't have to depend on anyone. And then from there, I think it's just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. I'm definitely high. Oh my gosh, I'm really hot. I need to take my hoodie off, but they're very high on my list of scriptures that I will be, you know, meditating on and working towards, and kind of having as my poster scriptures, I guess, for my 30s. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if you're in your 30s and you're watching this. If so, tell me what you've left behind in your 20s, what you no longer do for whatever reason. I would be interested to know what they are. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, and before I finish, oh my gosh, before I finish, I'm taking a break. Forgot to add that. I'm taking a break now for the rest of September, so there won't be any more posts in September, but I will be back with new content in October, God willing. And also I want to try bring my Wednesday videos. I'd say back, but I never really started. I did talk about it last year, but it never actually came to fruition. But if I do post on a Wednesday, it will be about products on my shop. I'll put the link here. Life Nest, that's what my shop is called, but it's only for UK and Ireland. So sorry, we don't be doing international shipping as of yet. But yeah, the content will be based around just my shop and just the things that I do. But yeah, it'll probably be quite slow in the beginning, so maybe like one video a month on a Wednesday, and then hopefully it will pick up. So yeah, it'll just be based around products and just, like, you know, stuff I do within this little side business of mine. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys. I hope you all enjoy your September, and I will definitely still be watching you guys vlogs and picking back up again in October, all going well. Thank you so much for watching my video today. And I will see you Get the other ponytail. I will see you on my next video. Bye.